All right, waiting for the stream to start up. This is a special edition of What's Up, Dave, the daily stream that I do for my friends on the internet. This is for my accountant, Bernice, who I am trying to explain why I am using this big TV stream that I do for my friends. And so Bernice is my accountant, as I just said, and the big TV behind me is something that I was going to expense for the tax year 2017. Although I don't think Bernice is convinced that it really is a legitimate business expense, so I'm going to go over really quickly what I use it for. So one of the things is I'm doing these live streams, and with the live streams, these are part of kind of an overall marketing strategy. One of them is the virtual co-working, which is on my website, and there's two things. There's the chat room, where we are all talking and hanging out. And an extension of the presence of the chat room is to have these live streams. And here on my YouTube channel, I've been uploading videos over and over and over again. Increasingly, I've been doing things like recording podcasts. So here's an example of one, as I'm calling it. I said I'm doing, and you can see like there's the big TV is behind me, and that we're using it as a monitor for as we're speaking. So here I'm talking with Sid there. So Sid can actually look at that screen to see what's going on. It's being used as a large monitor. Let me close that off. So with that, and so we have legitimate podcasts. The finished podcasts end up on this page, and they're also available on iTunes, which we've been doing this for a few years. So really, what the what the TV is doing in this case is acting as a monitor in my living room office, which is also, as you can see, the set for this live stream. The entire space is set up now as a sort of private but also publicly accessible space for when I'm doing things like hosting events and so forth. And the big TV is also part of that, so I can do virtual co-working here. And if you haven't seen this space, Bernice, I think I showed you pictures of it before, but basically it's this is my living room, and it's also my office. And there's chairs here. There's the computer setup, which is on a cart. And then over here there's tables and things. There's the coffee center. So this is not really set up as a traditional living room. This is my office space, and I'm here all the time working on things. I have like all this audio gear. I'm not sure if that makes the TV a legitimate business expense or not. But I also use it to monitor things like this show right now. So if I go over here, turn this down a bit first so it doesn't like screw everything up, the sound. It should be playing. I'm monitoring myself, and so I can see what's going on here on the screen back of me. That's useful for guests as well when we're doing podcasts. Further on, going down to some of the other uses of the space, if this is another helpful example, there is, for example, this is Scott, who's from the chat room. He's from Nashua, so he was visiting. And we're using this, again, as a set, and I'm using the TV behind me as a monitor for us as we're doing this live recording. What else is there? And so that's really what I'm using it for. I'll follow this up with email Bernice, and we can talk about it. See what the strategy is for this. I think it's a legitimate business expense. It's one. I use it as an extension of this computer setup. I can also use it as a monitor. It's available so when I have people over and we're working on stuff in my living room office space, that they can also throw their screens up on there, and we can all look at it and we can comment on it. So this is kind of my living room is also my office, and it's pretty much set up primarily as a space for this kind of thing. Sure, I use the TV maybe to watch movies sometimes, but it's the same as my laptop. Sometimes I do some personal stuff on it, and my laptop costs more than the TV. So we'll talk about that later. Anyway, other things that are going on in the chat room. Let me see. I have other topics. Oh, yes, the mobile podcasting kit. In a few minutes, or about 30 minutes, I'm going to head out to see my friend Sid, who has a photographer visiting him. I believe it's a photographer. And we're going to try doing a mobile podcast recording. So I've set up this bag with stuff in it that I'm going to try to do our mobile podcast. Usually I do it here. Or I used to do it mobile. I used to have a permanent setup. So here's this is the setup I have right now. I have like this tiny mixer board. I've got a number of microphones set up, and it plugs into the laptop over here. Over here, this is like the USB connection for that. And so I have all these live microphones like this one feeding into it. And hopefully I just got concerned that my audio is screwed up. So here's what's in the mobile podcast kit. Kind of a similar thing. This is what I used to use. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way. This is a Zoom H5, which is like microphones on the top. This is the burlier one that I got. It has a better sound. And then it's got 2 microphone inputs here, which can take phantom power, so I can use like nice microphones with this. And in the rest of this bag, we've got a couple microphones. We've got this, what is this? This is a Shure SM58 vocal microphone. I've not used it outside before. I think that was like $99 or something like that. And this is a more expensive, nicer microphone that I almost never use. I almost forgot I had it. If I can get it out of the stupid bag. Surely cheaped out on the bag. This is a C1000S, which is supposed to be a well-regarded mid-range microphone. Not super expensive. But I think it was like maybe $149, $199, something like that. This is a Shure unidirectional lav mic that has an adapter on it. This usually goes in a body pack like this. But the adapter will let me plug it into the H5. And also, let's see, they got the cabling as well for that in this bag. This is one of those, this is a minimal bag that I got on Kickstarter. I forgot the name of it. It's the Slim Fold, yes. Very nice bag, but I really haven't had an idea of what to put in it. And this is a bunch of cables that I'm putting in the front of it. So I tried this bag for a while for it being my daily carry bag, but it didn't quite have enough space in it. And so I'm thinking about leaving this as the mobile podcasting bag, so I can just get up and go. So everything I have, theoretically I have everything I need in here to do a remote podcast. And we're about to test this out in about 15 minutes or so. So we'll see how that goes. And how much time? I'm only 8 minutes, and this is going to be a really super fast podcast or a live stream. One last thing is this. This came in the mail. What's that? What room am I in right now? Yep, so you are now on the stream right now. I can hear you, and you should be being recorded on the...
Oh, great.
Yeah. Well, that's why it's called... what's it called? It's called Audio Stream Voice. This is the live stream thing. So I say hello to Courtney, everybody. Hooray, Courtney. So I'm just wrapping this up really quick. Let's see. So the last thing is I got this mystery package in from SumoLounge.com. But I don't have time to open this today, so we'll have to wait till tomorrow for that. But as a hint for what that is, over here, this is the company, this is Sumo Lounge. They make beanbag chairs, and particularly, for example, they have these attractive-looking people here. So if you like beanbag chairs, these guys make very high-quality beanbag chairs, which I know because they sent me one years ago, back when I had some pull on the internet. They sent me, I guess this was back in 2010, they sent me their Sumo Sway couple chair, and we put this in Sid's studio at the time. And so it was this giant chair. unfortunately, it's too big to fit in my space. I said it has a smaller studio now, so I had to take it back, and now it's taking up a gigantic amount of space in my basement, which I need to fix. At the time, it was $279 to get one of these things brand new, apparently. Now these things retail for $649. I guess they're doing well. They're on sale now for $329, which is, I guess, more reasonable. These are really super nice chairs, though. But they are doing I think it's their 10th anniversary or 15th anniversary, something like that. And so they're reaching out to people they have talked to in the past, and I asked them to send me like a really tiny thing. I believe it's this one. It's the Otto, essentially their smallest, dinkiest chair. Let's see if I can find it. Not that. That's still huge. I think it's their kid version. Let's see. It's called the Otto. Let's just search for it real quick. Yeah, this looks cute. Still retails for $249. So I got this one, and I think it will be nice as a little ottoman. And it looks like it's small. It's certainly fitting in here. It's maybe vacuum sealed, so maybe it will expand. Ugh. Maybe this box will expand when I open it. But I'm gonna wait till tomorrow to do this because I need to get going now. So. That's what's up, Dave. Hey, Dom. Nice to see you. Exciting things happening for my accountant. So, try to get all the tax stuff out of the way. But that's for it for today's What's Up, Dave. I'm going to run out of here. Going to do this podcast thing. And I guess that's it for today. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.